Welcome back to AFT Dice Season 11. It is a brand new season. Season 10, West Coast beat Collingwood in the grand final by 37 points. 13-15-93 West Coast to Collingwood 8-8-56. It was a stellar grand final for Season 10. Let's get stuck into it. It's match of the round, Collingwood versus Fremantle. Let's go to the first quarter of Season 11. And Season 11's just about kicked off. First quarter has completed and Collingwood a 3-4-22 to Fremantle 3-1-19. Let's get stuck into the second quarter of this match. First match of the season. Collingwood at home at the MCG. Second quarter has completed and Fremantle, they have kicked 3 goals, 6 to Collingwood, 2 goals, 4. At half time, it is Fremantle by 5 points, 43-38. Let's go to the third quarter of this game. Who is going to win it? Is it going to be the runners-up, or is it going to be Fremantle, the wooden spooners of Season 10? Fremantle, they've kicked 5 goals, 4 in that third quarter to Collingwood 2-1 after half time. And Fremantle are 26 points up, 77-51. Let's go to the last quarter of this game. Who is going to win? Is it going to be Collingwood, or is it going to be Freo? And Fremantle, they have put a clinic on in the second half. They kicked 6 goals, 2 to Collingwood, 2-1 in that last quarter. And it is Fremantle by 51 points. Collingwood 9-10-64 to Fremantle 17-13, 1-15. All right, let's get stuck into the second game. It is Essendon versus GWS Giants at Marvel Stadium. Let's go to the first quarter of this game. Essendon, they need to improve. Essendon, they've kicked 4 goals, 2 to GWS Giants, 2-5. So it is 9 points the difference. Essendon's way, 26-17. Second quarter underway in this game. And GWS Giants, they've kicked 6 goals, 5 in that second quarter to Essendon 1-3. And it is 23 points the difference at half time. Giants way 58-35. Third quarter underway in this game. Third quarter has completed and the GWS Giants, they've put another 4 goals, 2 to Essendon, 1-4 in the third quarter. And it is 39 points the difference. GWS Giants way, 84-45. The Giants, they won their premiership in Season 8 against Geelong. And the last quarter has completed. Essendon, they've tried. They've kicked 6 goals, 6 to Giants, 2 goals, 6 in that last quarter. But the Giants have won the match by 15 points. Final scores, Essendon 12-15-87 to GWS Giants 14-18, 102. All right. Let's get stuck into the third game. It is West Coast Eagles versus Carlton. So the Premiers versus Carlton at Optus Stadium. First quarter underway. First quarter, West Coast, they've come out and kicked 5 goals, 3 to Carlton, 1 goal, 2. And second quarter underway. Second quarter is completed and Carlton have kicked 6 goals, 5 to West Coast, 4 goals, 2. And it is 10 points the difference at half time. West Coast 59, to Carlton 49. Third quarter has started. And West Coast, they've won the quarter. They've kicked 5 goals, 1 to Carlton, 4 goals, 2. Third quarter, it's 15 points the difference, 90 to 75 West Coast way. Last quarter has kicked off. Who is going to win this match? Will Carlton make it come back? No. West Coast, they've won it by 9 points. Carlton, they kicked 3 goals, 6 to West Coast, 2 goals, 6. So they won the last quarter. But the final score, West Coast 16-12, 108. The Carlton 14-15, 99. All right, next match, Melbourne versus Richmond at the MCG. Both teams need to lift. Richmond didn't make the finals for the second consecutive season in a row. So Melbourne, they've kicked 2 goals, 5 to Richmond, 3 goals, 1 in that first quarter. Richmond are up by 2 points. Melbourne, they have won 2 premierships, season 2 and season 6. And season 6 it was against Richmond. Richmond, they've kicked 6 goals, 5 to Melbourne, 6 goals, 2 in that second quarter. And half time, Richmond are up by 5 points, 60 to 55. Third quarter underway in this match. Who's going to come out at half time and put it to them? Melbourne, they've kicked 6 goals, 3 to Richmond, 6 goals, 2. And Melbourne, they are down by 4 points in the third quarter, end of the third quarter, 94 to 98. Let's go to this last quarter of this game. Melbourne versus Richmond. It's 4 points of difference. Richmond's way. Will it come down to the wire? Richmond, they have won by 8 points. They kicked 6 goals, 2 to Melbourne, 5 goals, 4 in that last quarter. Final scores, Melbourne 19-14, 128 to Richmond 21-10, 136. All right. Let's go to the next game. It is Brisbane Lions versus St Kilda at the Gabba. Brisbane, they want to capitalise on their last season. Got to the preliminary final against West Coast. Brisbane, they've kicked 6 goals, 5 in the first quarter to St Kilda, 3 goals, 3. St Kilda, they need to get a lift this season. 20 points down. Second quarter has completed. The Brisbane Lions have kicked 5 goals, 6 to St Kilda, 1-6 in that second quarter. And at halftime, Brisbane are up by 44 points. Third quarter has kicked off. What's going to happen after halftime? Will St Kilda come back? Or will Brisbane just run away with it? St Kilda, they've kicked 5 goals, 2 to Brisbane, 1-2 in that third quarter. So it is 20 points the difference. St Kilda's way, Brisbane's way, 85 to 65. Last quarter underway in this game. Who is gonna come out victors at the Gabba? It is St Kilda by 6 points, so they have come back. Brisbane, they have dropped after half time. St Kilda kicked 6 goals, 3 to Brisbane, 2 goals, 1. What a comeback from St Kilda, 44 points down at half time and winning by 6 points in the end. Final scores Brisbane 14-14 98 to St Kilda 15-14 104. All right. So we've had some excitement in the first round so far on Monday, the 1st of December 2025. So it would be Christmas season. Gold Coast next game versus Sydney Swans at Metricon Stadium. First quarter has completed. Sydney have kicked 5 goals, 6 to Gold Coast 2 goals, 2. Second quarter underway for this match. Gold Coast favourites in this game. Gold Coast in that second quarter kicked 4 goals, 3 to Sydney, 1 goal, 4. And it's 5 points of difference Sydney's way at half time, 46-41. Third quarter underway in this game. What's going to happen after half time? Sydney have kicked 4 goals, 3 to Gold Coast, 2 goals, 6 in that third quarter. Sydney are up by 14 points, 73-59. Last quarter underway. Final siren has gone and Gold Coast have got the victors, got the chocolates in the last quarter. They kicked 5 goals, 6 to Sydney, 1 goal, 6. So Gold Coast, they won by 10 points. Final scores, Gold Coast 13-17, 95 to Sydney, 11-19, 85. All right, let's go to the next game. It is the showdown. Port Adelaide versus Adelaide Crows at Adelaide Oval in the first round. Who's gonna get the win in the showdown today? Port Adelaide, they've kicked 4 goals, 1 to Adelaide, 3 goals, 3. 21. So Port Adelaide are in front by 4 points. Second quarter. Who's gonna win the second quarter here? Adelaide, they've kicked 6 goals, 5 to Port Adelaide, 2 goals, 6. Half time. Port Adelaide are down by 19 points, 43-62. Let's go to the second half of this showdown game in round 1. Adelaide, they've kicked 6 goals, 5 to Port Adelaide, 2-3 in that third quarter, and it is 45 points the difference. Adelaide's way, 103-58. Last quarter is underway in this showdown against Port Adelaide and Adelaide. The final siren has gone and Adelaide Crows have beaten Port Adelaide by 66 points. Adelaide, they kicked 5 goals, 5 to Port Adelaide, 2 goals, 2 in that last quarter. Port Adelaide, final score 10-12, 72 to Adelaide, 20 goals, 18, 138. All right, let's go to the second last game of the first round for season 11. It is North Melbourne versus the Geelong Cats. First quarter is nearly completed. First quarter has been completed. Geelong have kicked 3 goals, 1 to North Melbourne and 1 goal, 4. Second quarter has been activated in this game. Second quarter has been completed. Cats have kicked 4 goals to North Melbourne, 3 goals, 1. And the Cats are winning by 18 points at half time. Third quarter has completed, and the Cats have kicked 1 goal to North Melbourne, 1 goal, 1. And it is 21 points the difference to the Cats, 57 to 36 at Marvel Stadium. Last quarter, siren has gone and Geelong have won by 10 points. North Melbourne final score 10-7-67 to Geelong Cats 11-11-77. So that puts the Cats in 4th place. North Melbourne down to 13th. Okay, let's go to the last game of the round. It's Western Bulldogs versus Hawthorn at Marvel Stadium. First quarter has been kicked off, and Hawthorn have kicked 3 goals, 3 to the Bulldogs, 2 goals, 2. So it's 7 points the difference to the Hawks. Second quarter underway in this game, and 3-5 apiece. So no score change. Still 7 points at halftime. Hawthorn 44 to Western Bulldogs 37. Let's go to the second half of this last match of the first round for season 11. And we've got Western Bulldogs. They've kicked 5 goals, 4 to Hawthorn, 3 goals, 5. And at 3-quarter time, we've got the Bulldogs winning by 4 points, 71 to 67. Last quarter for round 1, season 11. The siren has gone, and Hawthorn in the end have won by 7 points. They kicked 3 goals, 4 in that last quarter to Western Bulldogs, 1 goal, 5. So the final scores: Western Bulldogs 11-16-82 to Hawthorn 12-17-89. Well, that concludes round 1 for season 11. The top 8 teams. We've got Adelaide on top, Fremantle second, GWS third, Geelong fourth. And then we've got Gold Coast, West Coast, Hawthorn, and Richmond rounding out the 8. And then down the bottom, we've got Essendon, Collingwood, and Port Adelaide. So Essendon and Collingwood, one of those teams may be on 2 losses. If it's a draw, then they'll share the points. But early stages in this season 11, you don't want to be on the bottom. All right. The match of the round for round 2 is Giants versus West Coast Eagles at Giant Stadium. So the Premiers are in position 6. And then we've got, so the Crows are the number 1 offense team, and the Fremantle Dockers are the number 1 defense team. And Port Adelaide, getting smacked by Adelaide by 66 points, are in the wooden spoon position. All right, that concludes an exciting start to season 11. We'll see you next time.